What is up, guys? Rick Hack is here with some absolutely huge information about the next expansion coming to Destiny, The Rise of Iron, which is apparently going to be next gen only. Now, this information is being reported by Planet Destiny, and they've gotten this information from Destiny the Game, which is the official Destiny website, which is apparently saying that The Rise of Iron is coming out for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and that's it. It did not list the Xbox 360 or the PlayStation 3, which means that, again, this next expansion, The Rise of Iron, is going to be on next-gen platforms only. This information is absolutely huge and it has insane implications, so let's talk about it. On the one hand, I think a lot of players are actually really happy to hear this. You know, next-gen players, and I'm kind of one of them, have had the opinion for a long time that you have these games that are coming out on both last and current-gen consoles, or I guess last and next-gen consoles, and the game is kind of being held back on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One if it's also coming out and has to be, you know, the same product for the last gen consoles on the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. So you're getting a game that isn't living up to its full potential, that isn't as good because the last gen consoles are holding it back. And if you're on the last gen consoles, you're getting kind of a watered down version of what the game kind of should be. So it's kind of an everyone lose scenario for the availability of the game, for the game to be out to as big of a customer base as possible. So a lot of people are going to be happy that this next DLC, that The Rise of Iron, is going to be next gen only. Perhaps Bungie will go absolutely nuts with this DLC. Instead of introducing like 10 new exotics, they'll introduce 20. They'll introduce double the new weapons that they added, you know, in the Taken King, for example, because now they aren't held back by the notion and the knowledge that the same stuff that goes into this expansion has to be the same on the Xbox 360 as it does on the Xbox One, for example. So they can do, the potential for this DLC has been increased massively. So now if this actually is next gen only, like, this is crazy because our expectations are gonna fly through the roof now, because again, Bungie isn't going to be held back. I've seen a bunch of Destiny 2 wishlist videos, and all of the wishlist videos that I've seen have all mentioned that they are saying, please make Destiny 2 on next gen only, because the potential is just so much more. So again, from that aspect, from that argument, I think a lot of players are going to be very happy to hear that this next expansion is next gen only. It's kind of like, you know, some aspects of Destiny 2, for example, possibly are kind of sped up into the development of this expansion. Perhaps, you know, this expansion is going to be utilizing some of the things and doing some of the things that we can expect in Destiny 2 that, you know, weren't available to do when you have a game that's coming out for both last and current gen consoles. So that is a very interesting aspect of this news, and a huge aspect too. However, you do have to entertain the other side of the argument. It's not all, you know, flowers and daisies and good news. You do have kind of a moral responsibility to your customer base. I do feel sorry for, you know, all the people who bought Destiny on the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3, expecting to be able to play Destiny and to get all of the expansions, and now they have this new expansion that is going to leave them out, and that is definitely a downside. Like, I do feel sorry for those people. Now, of course, you know, you're gonna get the people that say, oh, screw them, screw the last gen consoles, they're done, you know, gaming is moving forward, we have to get everything on next gen consoles, and there definitely is some legitimacy to that argument, but I think it's pretty presumptuous to kind of, you know, you don't know people's financial situations. I remember, you know, way back when someone made a comment saying, yeah, I play Destiny on the 360, I still have a lot of fun, and someone was just being really rude saying, you know, how dare you have this on the 360, you're holding gaming back, why don't you just get an Xbox One, like, it's only, you know, $500 or whatever. And he said, you know, I would buy an Xbox One except for all my money is going to my daughter who got in a car accident, right? Like, shit like that happens, right? People's financial, you know, situations aren't always so simple. People can't always just go and afford to go and buy an next-gen console. And someone like that, you know, you do feel sorry for. They have some time for gaming and they enjoy Destiny, and they're sitting there listening to this announcement going like, really? Like, I expected Destiny to be, I bought Destiny on the Xbox 360. I didn't think that they would abandon me with this next expansion. So it is a very interesting and complicated moral issue here. Like, what should Bungie do? I'm not necessarily sure. And I'm sure there is going to be some outrage from the people who have purchased this game on last-gen consoles who are being left out. And again, it is very understandable. On the other hand, the argument that gaming is progressing and that you just need to upgrade your equipment is a legitimate one. And so this is going to cause quite a divide within the community, I think, the fact that this is going to be on next gen only, and both sides have very legitimate arguments. I don't think it's extremely clear cut that one side is better than the other, or one side is more righteous than the other. It is going to be kind of a rift within the community with this next DLC. My personal opinion, I do feel that the majority of people still playing Destiny, you know, especially since so much time has passed since Destiny has originally came out, that a lot of people who bought Destiny on the Xbox 360 and on the PlayStation 3 have upgraded anyways. And so coming out with this next expansion, The Rise of Iron, on next gen only, I do personally feel like that was probably the right move to make. Destiny 2 is going to be next gen only, like there's pretty much no way it's not going to be, so you're basically getting to that a little sooner. I would really implore Bungie or Activision or whoever does pricing to just do the fair and right thing and make it available to upgrade for a lesser price for the people who are on last-gen consoles. For example, if you have an Xbox 360 and you have Destiny and all of the DLCs up to the Taken King, you should be able to rebuy Destiny on an Xbox One, you know, just digitally download all of the new expansions and The Rise of Iron for just the price of The Rise of Iron, which I assume is going to be probably around $40, which was the price of the Taken King. That would be a fair thing to do. You're basically buying what you already own and then getting the new DLC, and I wouldn't be surprised if the companies that manufacture the consoles, Microsoft and Sony, wouldn't help Activision or Bungie out with that deal. Perhaps, you know, finance that deal a little bit, because that is really going to be one of the reasons why people perhaps upgrade consoles, which of course is going to help Microsoft or Sony out whichever console they get. That would be really an everyone wins scenario. The next DLC comes out on next gens only, so, you know, the people who are arguing for gaming to evolve, those people win, and then the people who are still stuck on last gen have a huge monetary incentive now because it's at a very fair price to upgrade to the current gen consoles. And again, that's really going to help games in the future kind of more consistently be, you know, next gen only, which again is going to help everyone out. But regardless of what happens, this is huge news for the Destiny community. It seems like Bungie is taking off the gloves, so to speak, and really innovating and coming up with creative features for this next DLC. Features that are so advanced that they literally can't be done on the old gen consoles. At least that's the hope. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you want to see more Rise of Iron content, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickHackis. That's linked in the description down below. As is my Twitch channel, which you can also follow. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.